Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle the confusing world of corporate finance. And today we're diving into a financial report that might make you feel like you are trying to read ancient hieroglyphs. But fear not, we're here to translate. Before we dive in, if you like getting straight to the point insights from these complex documents, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we discuss these kinds of filings and more. Alright, so what we've got here is a Form 8K filing from Affiliated Managers Group Incorporated. Now, an 8K is basically a way for companies to tell the public about big, important things that are happening in the company that aren't part of their regular scheduled reports. Think of it like a special bulletin. Today's report is all about a redemption. So, the main story here is that on the 8th of December 2025, Affiliated Managers Group, or AMG, as well call them, sent out a notice. This notice is to redeem, which is basically like buying back some of their trust preferred securities. These are called the 5.15% convertible trust preferred securities due 2037. They were originally issued a while back in October of 2007. Now, the important date to mark down is the 29th of December 2025. That is when AMG plans to hand back all the money for these securities. They're going to pay back 100% of the original amount, plus any interest that is piled up but hasn't been paid yet, right up to the day before they buy them back. And here is a little extra detail. If anyone holding these securities wants to convert them into something else before that redemption date, AMG says they'll sort that out with cash too. Why are they doing this? Well, AMG mentions they're planning to use the money from a senior notes offering that they announced earlier. If that offering goes through, the cash from that will be used to pay off these trust preferred securities. The goal here is pretty straightforward to make their whole financial structure simpler and cleaner, while still keeping their long-term debt in place. It is important to note though, that this redemption isn't dependent on them successfully selling those new notes. They intend to do it regardless. Now, while this report is focused on those specific trust securities, it also gives us a snapshot of what else is registered and traded. We see their common stock trading under the ticker symbol AMG on the New York Stock Exchange. That is what most people probably think of when they think of the company. Then we move into their debt. They've got several types of junior subordinated notes. These are essentially loans that AMG has taken out, but they're a bit lower down the priority list if the company ever got into trouble. Hence, junior subordinated, we have the 5.875% junior subordinated notes. Due 2059, trading as MGR, this is a fairly long term debt, maturing in 2059. Next up, the 4.750% junior subordinated notes due 2060 with the trading symbol MGRB, again, a long-term commitment. We also see the 4.200% junior subordinated notes due 2061 under the ticker MGRD on the New York Stock Exchange. Notice the interest rates are a bit lower here, and it is also a longer maturity. Generally, companies can get away with lower interest rates on longer-term debt, and this seems to reflect that. And finally, the 6.750% junior subordinated notes due 2064. Trading as MGRE, this has the highest stated interest rate among these notes. All of these are listed on the New York Stock Exchange, which is a big deal. It means they're accessible to a wide range of investors. Now, every good corporate report has a section about future expectations, usually wrapped in a lot of legal lingo. This part is essentially AMG telling everyone that when they talk about the future, like how the senior notes offering might go or the details of the redemption, they're making educated guesses. Things like the success of the offering, its timing, and how they'll use the money are all subject to change. They're basically saying, don't hold us to these future plans if something unexpected happens. They also point to their main annual report, the 10K, for a full rundown of all the potential risks that could affect their business. It is important for investors to read those risk factors carefully because they highlight the challenges the company might face. So, what is the story here? AMG is actively managing its debt and trying to simplify its financial structure. By redeeming these trust-preferred securities, they are essentially streamlining their obligations. This often signals a company that is confident in its future cash flow and its ability to access capital markets effectively. They're using a common corporate finance strategy of refinancing debt to potentially lower interest costs or improve financial flexibility. The fact that they're not making this redemption conditional on the new offering shows a commitment to cleaning up their balance sheet, looking at this from a Warren Buffett style perspective. We want to see a company that understands its business, manages its capital wisely, and operates with integrity. AMG is in the asset management business, which can be a very profitable business with recurring revenue streams, but it is also competitive. Their strategy of simplifying their capital structure suggests they are focused on the core business and making it more efficient. The different types of debt they have outstanding, with varying interest rates and maturities, show a deliberate approach to managing their financing needs over the long term. The risks, as always, are tied to market conditions, investor sentiment, and the overall economic environment. If the planned senior notes offering doesn't go as expected, or if interest rates rise significantly, it could impact their ability to manage their debt. However, the proactive redemption of these specific securities and the mention of using proceeds from a new offering indicates they are anticipating strong demand for their debt. Ultimately, AMG appears to be making a strategic move to strengthen its financial footing. It's a sign of maturity and a focus on long-term financial health. For investors, this kind of action can be a positive indicator, suggesting management is actively working to improve the company's financial architecture. Alright, that is our breakdown of AMG's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.